Good morning, everybody. Friday. As if you guys didn't need the clue. There you go. You know, I actually had a colleague 2 weeks ago, it would be now, and I just walked past her in the morning and said good morning, and she's like, I love your shirt. It immediately tells me what day it is. And then somebody else was like, they are so bright and colorful. So you're welcome. That's basically what I'm taking from that. So we have some comments. We have our quiz polls we're going to get to. And also we wanted to give a seed update. We're going to be tracking these through GAKidsTV. We might even look at doing some transplanting. So I want to show something. Yeah, I've got tiny little roots poking through. I want to show something here that's really quite interesting. So we did a seed seminar, and I will get to all of this, but this is kind of cool. This ties in with this, and we'll do it on our seed update. So we planted these tomatoes. I guess it was back in February, yeah, when we did the seed seminar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we planted these. These were planted, as anybody who saw that seminar or who was looked at our blog post or whatever witnessed, at the exact same time, same soil, the exact same conditions. Now, one of the reasons why I always say grow more seeds, you can see 3 of them never even germinated. I think these 2, I know some of them germinated, and one day I came in late and I didn't water them and they died. They were so young, which is why it's so important to keep watering. Anyway, that's not the point. I watered these with a new product that I tested out, and it's a compost tea. So if you remember this week, we were talking about soil and why would we add an amendment to the soil and what benefits it could give. These, no fertilizer, just water and soil. These, same thing, no fertilizer, just water and soil, but they were fed a liquid compost extract, and just look at the difference. Both of them are healthy. They're both great. But look at the difference. That is literally why when I talk about amendments, I don't know why I'm pointing to this because I don't have amendments. I'm just an egomaniac. I just like to point at myself. I'm so used to pointing at the board because what I'm talking about, I've written about. But this is why I talk about why it is so important to add amendments, even more so than fertilizer, because an amendment isn't going to burn my roots. It's not going to shock my plant. And you can see the explosive growth. So yeah, tons of fun things going on. You can even see here, I don't want to lift these out because they're very tender still. But you can see our seed coat stayed on the cotyledons. Am I going to pull that off or am I going to leave it on? Woo, stay tuned next week. That's our cliffhanger. That's our Friday cliffhanger.
We should do a poll.
We should. And you know what? We have enough that are stuck on. We can even take one off and leave one on, and we can play around, all kinds of options. So yeah, that's our little seed update. And the other great thing, this year, I'm not going to be doing too much gardening. I'm going to be gone for a good chunk of the summer. And egomaniac, I guess. I don't trust other people to look after my garden. So I'm just like, I'm not growing anything. It's just easier, peace of mind. So all of my tomatoes and sunflowers, I guess we're going to have to give them away.
Yeah.
So stay tuned and we'll repot these on the show and then we'll look at giving them away. Because you know what, Brandy?
What?
We haven't given away anything this year.
No, we haven't. I was thinking about that the other day.
Seminars, GAKidsTV, anything. We've given away nothing.
No.
Okay, we're going to remedy that next week, I promise. And I'm not just talking about these. We'll give away something fun. I'll go to somebody else's department and steal something. We'll just give it away. Who wants to win Brian? Give Brian away. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So without further ado, because we always have so much to talk about. So on Monday, we were talking about waking up the garden. And we asked, what's happening in the soil that's waking up the plant? The ice is melting, the worms are breaking the soil up and the nematodes and all of that good stuff under the ground. And the roots begin pulling that moisture up and sending a message, hey, we need leaves, we've got water, all of the above, all of the above. All of those things are happening, and they're happening all of the time. They're happening consistently. So that's exciting to see. And what is the main process involved in waking the garden? Kanga reaction, reproduction, photosynthesis, or coffee? The correct answer was Kanga reaction, but only 6 of you got that. I voted that. It is indeed photosynthesis. And you know what's funny is one of my colleagues who works, they never have a chance to watch this. The other day we were talking and they were looking at seeds and they were like, silly question, do plants sleep? And I was like, we just talked about that. And I think he was looking for like a yes or no. And he got the 5-minute photosynthesis versus respiration versus the burning of oxygen. And that's when and he was like, and I was like, yes, they sleep.
Oh no.
Oh, it's a good night, little guy. That was Alf, by the way.
Oh no.
Yeah. So then we asked, what is your sign of spring? Longer days, more bird song, plants coming to life. Yeah. And then by far the best one, sitting in a beer garden all day long.
Yeah.
Yep. Or as we were talking about yesterday, ice cream.
Yes, ice cream.
You know, one of these days, Brandy and I are going to wrap taping up from here. And instead of running back up to our offices to do stuff, we're going to run out to my Jeep and we're going to go get ice cream.
Oh, yeah. I'm holding you to it.
Okay, done. We'll do it on the same day we give stuff away. We'll just be like loosey-goosey that day. What is your sign of spring? So no wrong answers here. 32% plants like spring bulbs. Gotta love it. I'm always scouring the gardens. I'm waiting to see like that tulip or that first daffodil bloom. Birds like robins, 45% clear winner. Yeah. That's definitely Jenny's.
That's mine. It's always the robin for me.
When it comes to spring, my nature is so capricious. I will literally, if I see a robin, I'm like, that's my sign of spring. Oh, look, a tulip. That's my sign of spring. Ladybird. That's my sign. I'm like a toddler with ADD in the spring. Whatever I see at that moment, that is my sign of spring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 13% said bugs like ladybugs. And 18% said other. I imagine 18% are beer gardens being open.
I was going to say.
Chef Nader. Aw, thanks, Nate. Thanks for the Monday pick-me-up. Always a pleasure to hear Colin's expertise. Big love. Ginger Snap Photography. I know him. I know you. That's not creepy. That's my wife. That's Jenny. What are the main jobs you can do in the garden right now? Raking debris, pruning, cutting dead plant material, that's branches and shrubs and perennials, amending the soil, all of the above. You know, one thing, and I know Brandy throws some trick questions in there. A couple of times she'll ask me for wording to make sure we get it right or to make it extra tricky because that's how she does. But I'm always happy to see, for the most part, the vast majority of people get the right answer.
Yeah, me too.
And a lot of times the wrong answer is me. I like to put in the wrong answer. And the correct, Kasmash, the correct answer was all of the above. Should you leave any debris in the garden right now? No, it looks bad. Yes, a little pile will help the good insect. Maybe, depending on how I feel that, yeah. Yes, it'll attract good bacteria and fungus. So the two clear answers there were both the yes answers. And it's not for the good bacteria and fungus. It is for the insects. The good bacteria and the fungus, they're already in your garden. They'll overwinter just fine. They don't need a pile of leaves for that. The leaves are there to create bug homes. The big three are your spiders, your ladybirds, and your centipedes. Out of those three, I think only one has good PR.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, like you put all three of those bugs in your hand. Two of them are going to terrify people, and the third one, people will be like, "What's this?"
Yeah, we got to make them cuter in kids shows.
I don't think that'll work. Arachnophobic centipedes don't bother me. However, with that being said, I'm very brave to say that I wouldn't want one on me. Yeah. Ladybirds pick them up all the time, right? So What is soil? Potting mix is technically soil because it's a random mix of organics, dirt because it's dirty, growing medium because it is a calculated blend, none of the above. Country mile, you all answered growing medium. Few people answered dirt because it's dirty. Dirt is what you get off your floors, okay? But again, we understand, you know, this is why, got time, I can digress. This is why plants have different names. It's why they have a local name, and it's why they have a botanical name. So the amount of times I've heard people refer to echinacea as purple daisy, go ahead, call it purple daisy. That's a local name. It's whatever, maybe your grandma called it that. Maybe that's, you know, the community you lived in, everybody called it that. However, the botanical classification is always going to be echinacea. It doesn't matter where you are, here, Australia, Africa, Brazil, it is echinacea, end of story. If you're in Australia, Africa, and Brazil, and you're growing echinacea, you could grow so much more. I don't know why I randomly picked those countries. But that's why we have that. So, you know, that's why if somebody comes in and they're like, oh, I need dirt, I'm never going to say, oh, it's not dirt, you're wrong. That's what you've always called it. And I know what you're talking about. I'm not going to be pedantic. However, it's growing medium. Yeah. What is not a layer of soil? This one made me laugh, by the way, Brandy. Bedrock, topsoil, bottom soil, or humus. Actually, this is one of the ones y'all need to go back to school, or I did a bad job of teaching. Bottom soil is not a layer of soil. Bedrock is actually considered a layer of soil. I know that's wild. The name is literally rock, but it is the foundational layer. And bedrock, you know, we have this vision in our mind that it's just this solid shelf of rock. It's not. It's porous. It's moving. There's clumps turning all the time. There's soil getting down and getting pushed up. The core of our planet is very, very, very porous, which is why volcanoes spew things out and we drill into it and everything else. It is a very, very porous surface. It's not this massive layer of rock going around it. So the correct answer there was actually bottom soil, which made me laugh. Topsoil, I think I was the only one who guessed that. And that's right. And Christine said hi. Hi. Right back at you. Now I am running out of time. What is not a soil amendment product? Compost, worm castings, cocoa coir, or candy? Correct answer, of course, is worm castings. Candy, it's candy. I want candy. No, I want candy. Thanks for that, Brandy. Brandy candy. What purpose does peat moss or cocoa coir serve? To loosen the soil, provide insulation, prevent garden pests, attract kangaroos. Again, it's obviously attract kangaroos.
Obviously.
It's to loosen the soil. Really quick, I'm going to touch on that. Some people say, oh, I'm going to use peat moss to insulate my plants in the winter. Very bad idea. It gets wet, it gets heavy, it sticks to the plant. Then when it warms up, the moisture starts thawing, but it can't breathe out like it can with a mulch, and you can end up causing rot and other things. Peat moss is very bad for insulation, very good for loosening. We touched on our seeds. Tomorrow we are doing a lawn care webinar. Come in person. Yeah. We have open seats, or tune in. I think we might still have some spots available. That wraps us up. Have an amazing day. As always, anybody got pictures in a Hawaiian shirt, send them in. We love to see them. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your sunshine. Bye now.